All right, so this is the story of the secretary.
Right, yeah. Your dad and I went to Kenny Sweet's house one time, and there was a secretary that was in his house. And I looked at it and I said, Derek, I said, that secretary would go really good on that wall. And he said, yeah, but I'll never be able to find one. I said, but that's the kind I want. I want that one. So what happened is that I go in and I have this baby and I have this baby boy, and I come home and lo and behold, here's the secretary on on that wall that I really was admiring and really lusting for. And I said, how in the world did you get this secretary? He says, well, I was walking by an antique store and there was the secretary. And he says, I go in there, and he said, you know, how much do you want for it? And she said, $300. And he says, okay. And so he buys the secretary, and I bought the secretary, and I thought I'd surprise you. And I said, you sure have surprised me with the secretary. And it really was my present. I had two presents. I had a secretary and I had a baby boy.
Who was the baby boy?
His name was Carl with a K.
So that was in 1965.
1965, and that secretary has 7 kinds of walnut on it, and it's really just such a beautiful piece of artwork, not only something which is practical, but it is, I think it was like umpteen years old, and so it's a real old secretary.
I think we should explain that a secretary is a piece of furniture, not a
Yeah,
woman.
it's a piece, well, the secretary is, what it is a roll-top desk, and then it has a cabinet, which was supposed to be like a library where you put books. And that's what it was just.
And I dusted that
yeah,
thing
just
for
beautiful.
years.
So we, so that is the story of the secretary.